ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here, the taco princess herself, Melball. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I'm currently the oatmeal princess. I'm staring at my bowl of oatmeal right now, ready for the gym after this amazing session on this early Monday morning. Both of us looking tired.
Yeah,
Tired.
long weekend for me with
Hmm.
working and then big Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Belated Happy Mother's to you all. I had a
Hmm.
great day with mine. So
Mine was on
yeah.
the train in the middle of the Rockies, so I didn't get to talk to her, but I got to have dinner with her on Saturday, so that works.
That's great. Mine watched Fast and the Furious movies yesterday.
Wow, your mom sounds a lot more adventurous than mine.
She wants to see Fast 10 because of Jason Momoa. So
Hey, I mean, relatable.
so she's catching up on the series.
Relatable.
She's learning the series, so she understands the backstory. I love her for that.
I gotta love a woman with priorities.
There you go. But we are here to talk professional wrestling this week. We're here to talk the best
Mhm.
of the Super Juniors, like 1 and 2. But before we get into that, I want to thank all of you for all the great support you've been giving us. Getting us to 100 subscribers. We want to keep going. We want to keep building. So please share it out to your friends. And also, if you can, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments down below because we want to hear from you. We love talking Japanese professional wrestling with all of you, local independent professional wrestling with all of you. Whatever we're talking about, we want to talk about it with you.
A lot of stuff locally happening the last little while here. They did a charity show this past weekend, 8 hours
Mm-hmm.
of wrestling done by your local favorite, Michael Richard Blaze. What an incredible bout for them. Like so many guys and girls involved in that. Congratulations to all of them. That looked like it was a lot of fun. I did get to take in a couple matches. I thought saw Thickness in there. I saw Jack Pride in there. I saw Larry Woods, a lot of really cool stuff.
What I really loved is that with Michael, he had his brother. He started it with his brother, and he ended it with his brother.
Hmm.
That was the best part about that. Like I really appreciated seeing like starts with his brother, ends with his brother. It was just this beautiful moment kind of in there. And for the fact that he did that, they raised over $10,000 for the Stollery Children's Foundation. So I have to give a big shout out to that. And
Hmm.
so huge props to everybody involved. Michael for doing an 8 hour match over the span of 9 hours. He wrestled 8 hours. There was little break. There was a 5 minute breaks every four match, but like he did something special there. So
Special
yeah.
and unique. I've never seen anything done like that here or anywhere else. So good for him.
N- No, it is insanely unique. So big shout out to there. A big shout out to all the great independent pro wrestling out there. Because if you don't know, go check out indie pro wrestling in your area because it's some of the best stuff you can watch.
Mm-hmm.
But
That
we are
being said,
going. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the
yeah.
best of the Super Junior. We're gonna start it out. The best of the Super Juniors, number 30. It's the 30th year for the best of the Super Juniors. We're gonna get into it. We started out in on night one, the 12th. We
Mhm.
got the theme song. I gotta give a big shout out to that theme song. Uh, that video playing, and then it's by Ash the Hero. Dude, I can't find this song itself anywhere, but I now listened to a bunch of different Ash the Hero songs, and I don't understand what he's saying, but I absolutely love it. Like
We don't need to understand it. We just need to love it.
they are absolutely phenomenal. Ash the Hero is absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend their music, so go ahead and check it out. They did a great song called One Two Three for the theme song for Best of the Super Juniors. I hope that gets released as a single because I want to listen to it more of it. But yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely phenomenal night of professional wrestling. Getting kicked off with a battle of the LA Dojo graduates. Clark Connors with Gato versus Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight wearing his title upside down. First off, it's so he could look at it or something. Like Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton made a explanation for it, but I didn't quite understand the explanation for it. I was so super confused.
I did not notice that.
You see, yeah, and then Clark Connors has good gear.
Yes,
It's not
yes,
those.
that was a big note to come out of this for me, was
Mm-hmm.
that I felt like this was his more official Bullet Club debut before like what show was it?
Uh, I know it. It's the Battle in the Valley. No, not Battle in the Valley. Uh,
No, it was after that one. Resurgence?
we sure no, that's next. That's this month. Uh,
Emergence?
no, it's the show from April, anyways. That it was that weekend. That weekend of shows in April. Oh, Capital Collision in Collision in
Yes,
Philadelphia.
that's the one. Capital Collision. Yeah, where he was wearing those like really loose, kind of yucky looking pants and stuff like that. I don't feel he was necessarily ready. I kind of felt that was maybe like a shotgun kind of debut for him there. This was a more official debut. The gear looked great. I love the pink accent on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it gives him his little individual character, almost like how we've mentioned with Oedo Tai and Stardom, where they're individual, they have their individual style, but they have their same color scheme that kind of makes them a team. Connors did the kind of same thing here. I feel if he was to get in the ring with David Finlay, Ishimori, Kenta, Chase Owens, he would look like he would fit in with them.
Mm-hmm.
um, the gear just got better too. The first night he had a different vest and hat bandana combo when he was coming out. I felt the second night he looked a little bit more suave,
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit more. I think the camo vest was a little tighter, a little different. In any case, Karna showed up and showed out on this match. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was absolutely savage with this. He was just going all in. He was. I really felt at one point he was just trying to hurt Knight.
Yep.
Um, but I did feel that like Knight did come back pretty good. I mean, he'd use his height and his speed quite regularly against Connors here, hitting that top rope Rana followed by a rolling body splash on him. It was just absolutely incredible.
Mm.
But like, yeah, it's the attitude of Connors though. I mean, I dig it, but there's parts of it I'm not digging. And what do you think about this, Andre?
So far, I don't have a lot. I don't have no problems with his new character. Like
Hmm.
I think it's a great shift because he was like as much as we did love him with Taguchi and so that he was kind of a vanilla baby face is what he was, and
You really liked him. I didn't
I
understand why he was throwing his ass around.
he was working with Taguchi. Why not? You take from your mentors, but I quite enjoyed Clark Connors as a face, but he wasn't like didn't really have a character, didn't really have a direction. Where this gives him a direction, and I don't think he's Bullet Club for like it's not gonna be a Bullet Club member forever. I hope.
No.
I hope eventually we see a good face turn from the guy because I think this guy could have an incredible face run, especially
Mhm,
after giving him some attitude and something from this. And
mhm,
I quite like him, and I like the savagery. I liked the intensity that he has. Kevin Knight looking absolutely tremendous in this match. A sky high
mhm,
spinebuster. The shout out to D'Lo Brown with the sky high. Absolutely phenomenal. But Connors, new finisher, looking that no chaser, looking like a bloody Sunday. Like
mhm,
the OG leader taking a variation of his move with that no chaser DD
mhm,
impaler DDT there.
mhm,
I quite like the shift, and again, it gives him that spear that can hit out of nowhere, and then something to really finish it off now.
mhm, mhm. And then post-match, Connors being fed the chair by Gato and unleashing on Kevin Knight, seemingly leaving that kind of face White Rhino Connors kind of behind, and now fully going ahead with the 100
Mm.
proof Clark Connors. I'm not mad about it. I'm
No.
not mad about it. I like the attitude change. Like it kind of like the attack afterwards is obviously not something that I like. That's kind of like that piss poor behavior that I'm not really overly fond of. But I feel that it adds to his character and gives him some kind of dynamic going forward
Mm.
that will make him more believable as a heel and less so as the handsome Fabio cowboy that he has been up until this point. Also,
Yeah.
something to note at this point, Fujita was actually at ringside and acting as a young boy as opposed to just sitting in the back with his
Mhm.
TMTK t-shirt.
Only to the point. He did leave. He did
I
leave.
mean, yeah, you got to support your boys.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to
Yes.
the next match. This one was very quick. Taiji Ishimori ends up winning this match in like three. I think Kevin or Chris said just over 3 minutes
Mm-hmm.
that he got with the bone lock. If you're not familiar with the name of the move, the Gargan no escape for North American fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he forced like this was a really quick match.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was really Taguchi getting a lot of advantage with like an ankle lock and stuff, but like getting transitioned into the the bone lock, and yeah, it was just there wasn't much to it.
No, no, it was like Big Show Taguchi showed up, and it wasn't showy enough for Big Show Ishimori,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately for him. And it was really really great to see Taguchi come in with that intensity and that energy and that desire to want to do the show. But as you said, like just what it did not last very long. He did get, I felt, most of the offense off in this
Mm-hmm.
match. But Ishimori, I mean, I think it was mentioned on commentary. I don't remember if it was this night or the next night, but like he's just so deceptively strong. I think,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was the next night because TJP was
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
commentary where he mentioned, he didn't understand why Ishimori was, the cruiserweight doing all these like flippy dippy moves and then, powerlifting in the gym. Well, this is why. So you can pull these 3-minute matches on people that you don't necessarily need to be wasting your time on. And I definitely felt that Taguchi, unfortunately, not on an Ishimori level anymore.
Not really. No,
Mhm.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, it yeah, it was just a quick match and a great
Mhm.
statement start for Taiji Ishimori.
Mhm. Put a bow on it.
Moving on to another debut in this tournament. It's Dan
Mhm.
Maloney representing the United Empire taking on Bushi.
Yeah, I have opinions
Mel's
on this guy. Just
go
gotta
ahead.
straight out say, from this was deceptive. This one freaked me out. So from this picture, Dan Maloney, it was deceptive. He did not look like this picture to me when he came out. When he came
No.
out, I was expecting a Will Osprey kind of height, kind of person. I was expecting tall. I was expecting lean. I mean, look at the picture, he's lean. I was not expecting like a long-haired tattooed version of Puck coming out from the back there and
Hmm.
coming down. But man, like I love Puck. So I was kind of like, okay, we can deal with this. This guy is literally like, as I said, just a dark haired, tattooed version of Pac. The attitude off of him was incredible. The
So good.
performance off of him was so, so good. And to open up with someone like Bushi, you can't complain about that. I mean,
No.
he was having a lot of fun with him too, Bushi. We saw the Bushi pose.
Hmm.
Bushi do the
Yeah,
backwards
I
roll.
noted that. Like the fact that he did the roll into the Bushi pose. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that. I love seeing that.
Yeah, and we haven't seen it in a hot minute. So like to see him break it out against Maloney was really, really nice. Again, ton of fun. Bushi getting off the Bushi Rooney. Yes. I didn't notice any Bushis in the crowd this night.
I didn't see
Um
any. I've tried to start. I've started looking for them during Bushi matches.
got you in on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. What do you think of this?
I really actually enjoyed this. I liked Dan Maloney. I thought he was good. His chops are like sounded like gunshots in this match.
Yeah.
Absolutely tremendous. This dude has like just a great like he had a mess up and I saw him get mad when he went for that baseball slide into the ropes and he got caught up in the ropes a bit and you saw him
Mhm.
like pull Bushi back in and he just slams him mad. Like you can see that he's firing up, but you can kind of see in his face like he's slamming it like he's pissed off because he
Mhm.
knows he messed the baseball slide up, and this is his first match. But I thought this guy did absolutely tremendous.
Mhm.
Um, the end of the match, so that he hit a what Kevin Kelly called the gore, and Chris Charlton said handed down to him by Rhino. So obviously, his gore is endorsed by the Man Beast Rhino, and hits what's called I don't know if it's the Drill Killer or the Drilla, which is a gory special into a pile driver, and gets the win. Absolutely phenomenal finish. That
Mhm.
that gory into the pile driver, dude.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
tremendous.
It almost to me looked like a turbo backpack apeshit kind of deal going on where he just pulled him down into that pile driver from his back.
Yeah, like an inverted ape shit. Like ape shit's like you're
Off
facing
the
down
shoulder, yeah.
and brought down in powder.
Yeah.
The other person's facing upwards and he brings them down. Like again,
Yeah.
it's known as the Drilla, but also I heard Kevin or Chris say drill killer. I'm not sure, but absolutely
I
tremendous
mean, with
finish.
Chris's accent, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely tremendous finish to me.
Oh yeah, great match. I really enjoyed this. Good debut for Maloney.
And Maloney gets a win in his first Super Juniors match, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on to Mel's pick of the night. It's Kushida
Oh
versus
yes.
Douki in the first ever meeting.
And let me tell you, I mean, Kushida coming in pissed off after his for some reason. I don't know. I just he came in very fired up. I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie, but he was acting very heel
Mhm.
in this thing, which is funny because like he just came off that win from
The tag
TJP.
titles, yeah.
Yeah, so like he should be riding that high cloud. He definitely came in, I felt, with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Doki coming in with new gear for Doki, and he's looking like his teammates. He's matching Yoshinobu Kanemaru, his little tank top thing that he's kind of wearing in this picture has like the snake skin print on it now. It kind of like doesn't look like he found it in a trash can. It actually like looks like it fits. It's nice, matchy. I just got to really comment on how good of shape Doki has gotten into over the last few months. It really does make him a standout when he comes out there and he's just jacked. He's got these crazy arms just coming out of that tank top. And the in-ring ability of him has just seemingly just stepped up even more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they've really had a bit of a technical match at the beginning of this one. Kushida tying Doki in all kinds of knots. Any limb that he could grab of Doki's, he was tying it up, but Doki did not want to give up any kind of room, and he didn't. Um, yeah, I definitely felt, as I mentioned, Kushida was definitely a heel in this match. He was being very savage, not exempting the or not being the typical face Kushida that we're kind of used to here, and Doki kind of struggling a little bit with the heel tendencies. It's almost like he's not used to having his own heel tendencies thrown back at him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the arm was definitely the story here for Kushida,
Mm-hmm.
targeting Doki's arm. Almost like there was almost a point where I thought that Doki seemed pissed off, legitimately pissed off at Kushida when he took that first kind of armband off of there. Just the way he's looking at him, he's like, "What the frickety frack was that, my guy? Like, what we're trying to do a match here, and you're just all doing all kinds of weird stuff." Kind of felt a little awkward there. At that point was when Doki really turned it up on Kushida and wouldn't let him kind of like get any more offense in there. I don't know what I was meaning when I wrote this down. This clearly was an autocorrect. I wrote super crowd behind Doki. The crowd was super behind Doki, is what I was
Mm-hmm.
meaning to say there.
No, we had a super crowd. Come on.
I mean, they did. They were very much behind Doki, cheering him on this whole time. And Doki pulling one on Kushida, one half of the new IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions. Kushida, he got a roll up on him. I was super surprised at this when it happened. I popped. I was super happy about it. But at the same time, it's like we now have both members of the IWGP Junior Champions taking losses in their first matches for the Super Juniors. Andre, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like there's going to be a few challengers coming out of this tournament for the champions because I don't see Kevin Knight going more than 5-5 in this. So I'm pretty sure he's going to take 5 pins or sorry, 4-5 in this. He's going to take 5 pins in this tournament, I think. So we're gonna have a few challenges, but I thought really fun match. Doki looking good, like
Mhm.
usual. I didn't think we get. I don't think we got a Doki choke. Did we get a Doki choke in this one?
There was an attempt, but I don't think it actually was sunk in.
Yeah, I
They made
never
up
saw
for
it.
it the next night.
Yeah, next night we got plenty of Doki chokies, but yeah,
Mhm.
I thought really fun match with these two.
It was
Yeah.
so good. So good.
I
I
don't have a
really
lot of
enjoyed
notes on this one, so
it. And hey, that's okay. That's okay. I really enjoyed it anyway.
yeah. So we move on. It's Master Wato versus Francesco Akira. Wato back to the blue hair again, busting the blue hair back out for the tournament, I guess. So
Yeah, but he's rocking a fresh new haircut with it too. He's certainly not looking like the picture.
No.
Looking a lot better. A
Yeah.
lot better.
Yeah, I really like Kelly makes a mention on commentary. Kevin Kelly says that the mentorship in Hontai is not that great as it's a lead by example team with
Mhm.
Tanahashi on top. When he's comparing it to Francesco Akira, learning from TJP, learning from Osprey, and how much they mentor him, he says
Mhm.
just that comparison. I was actually kind of like, oh, weird, but okay.
Hey, I mean, some of those guys, the traditional methods kind of work. Yuji Nagata, Nakanishi, Tenzan, and Koji definitely kind of trained the younger guys when they're involved in Hontai in that similar fashion.
Mm,
So, they worked very well, and they trained Tanahashi like that. So, I would assume that Tanahashi would go, well, if they could do it, so can I.
mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we know our generation is a little bit more hands on. We need a
Very
little bit
much
more
so.
guidance than that.
So the end of the match, Wato dodges the fireball knees, but
Mhm.
Akira ends up reversing a reversal of that and gets a sick double stomp. But
Mhm.
he picks him up, but Wato ends up getting the crucifix bomb. I can't remember the other name for that move.
Rositamente.
Incitamente, that's it. I have it written down on the next night. And
Rositamente.
he gets the win. Wato starting it out with 2 points. The man I picked to win block B.
I know.
He's
Beating
1-0
my
after the first. Again, I'm sorry for picking against the UE, but
pick.
I think it's just Wato needs to that push. Anything else? Any in this one? Anything else?
I don't. The only thing I want to say is Akira was focused and fired up.
Hmm.
Very, very fired up for this match. I honestly thought he had it, but I think maybe that fired up, that emotion, that over emotion, if you will, the Italian, passion that they have,
Hmm.
it definitely was his downfall in this one. I think going forward, if he comes into this with that same focus, but maybe a little less anger, he might do a little bit better.
Yeah. So we move on. It is Leo Rush
Mm.
taking on Sho. So Evil attacking Leo during the entrance, blindsiding him, beating him down. And then Sho gets the mic, and Chris says that he says now he will wrestle fair and square because the match has started. And it's just like, what a dill. Um, this one, I think I really like Sho's match on the second night way better than this one because this one was just outwardly just like cheating from the hop.
Yeah.
Like it don't get me wrong, he did cheat on the second night. I think it's just a little better. It was just a better match overall.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, Leo Rush taking a shock arrow, taking the crossarm pile driver, coming back um, from that. At the end of it, Show tosses the ref into Leo, and then it hits a big spear. Evil slides in. Show gets the wrench, but Leo fights it off. Low blows Evil, runs Show into Evil, sending him to the floor. Leo hits the final hour frog splash, gets the win. Um, it was a fine match. Like I don't really have a lot. I don't hate on this match like I usually do with it because it's still Leo and Show in the ring together, and they did
Mhm.
good when they were in there together.
Yeah, the problem was getting them in there together. The shenanigans kind of ruined it for me right out
Mm-hmm.
the hop there.
Yeah.
Ken Sato, poor referee, really making his freaking money that night. That was the second bump that he ended up taking in the middle of a match, and he was usually it's Marty. We usually want Marty to go down with those guys. Um,
Mm,
the only other thing I want to say is what the frick is with evil or not evil? Show's jacket. Got a
yeah,
couple
it was
extra arms coming off of the elbows there. It just looks really
stupid.
like the coloring and everything looks really good, but the extra arms kind of make him look.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, I mean, the picture is doing that enough here. Um, Jeepers
Uh,
Murphy. I don't know who in marketing thought that would be a good one. The kid looks like he has like mental issues.
well, he's part of House of Torture, so move
I
on.
know.
It is Robbie Eagles taking on the Shawn Michaels of his tag team, Yo. Uh, it's obvious he's going to be the Shawn Michaels because Shawn ain't going nowhere as long as he's got House of Torture. Um, challenging John Cena with the denim shorts on. I know his are like pieced together denim, but
Yeah, very
rocking the
John
denim
Cena.
shorts.
Very John Cena.
Yeah. You can see in this match because these two had an absolutely incredible back and forth match. Great, like both these guys, I think look absolutely tremendous in this. But in the end, springboard drop kick to the knee and the running enzuigiri by Robbie Eagles picks him up the win. 1-0 after the first night. Team DK off to a hot start in the best of Super Juniors.
Mhm. Very interesting energy between Yo and Robbie Eagles, former stablemates on Hontai before
Mm-hmm.
Robbie made the move to TMDK. Really, I really enjoyed this match. Actually, very fun match, full of a lot of submissions, reversals, a lot of attacks on the knees
What's
from
that,
both
Ron
of these
Miller?
guys.
You
Yeah,
could for
yeah,
that
and
Ron
maybe
Miller special,
Robinson
yeah,
special, right? Yeah, or yeah,
yeah,
Ron Miller
Ron
special.
Miller. And I got to
Why
give
do I
shout out
say
to Yo.
Robinson? Where did I get that from?
Well, Juice Robinson, maybe, I don't know, but I got to give a big shout out to Yo in this match for playing the air guitar on the floor and then tossing it to Tanahashi.
Who had no idea what to do with it once he caught it.
He should have grabbed it and started playing it. Come on,
Right? Like
Tana.
he just kind of stood there, sat there baffled, like, what do I do with this? What do you mean, what do you do with it? It's your gimmick, my guy. Like you
Oh,
started it.
absolutely tremendous. This match was tremendous, though. Like these two,
Yes.
like I thought had a great back and forth in this match.
Very fun.
We move on. Titan versus TJP. Hiromu like jacket for Titan. I like the leather jacket. Very much
Mhm,
very similar to Hiromu's, not with the flare on it, but
mhm.
like with the picture where it is and just the general look. It's very
Yeah.
Hiromu ish. Um, these two, man, holy shikeys, like the back and forth, the lucha influence, like in the specials. TJP has trained lucha early in his career, and he said it
Mhm.
on commentary the second night. Lucha was a big inspiration for him early on in his career. So like these two just moving like you wouldn't believe. They so good. Just so good.
Mhm.
TJP trying to take the mask off of Teton, like kind of being
Brutal.
a little bit of a dick there. Like
Brutal.
there was a great spot. TJB hanging Teton on the ropes and hitting the
Mhm.
Mamba splash to and like driving him into the apron from the top rope.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I love that.
Yes, in
Like
the
that was
ring. Yeah.
yeah, but Teton just like he can hit you from any angle with anything he wants. Like he did, like
Mhm.
he dragged TJP, like he grabbed him from the inside with a body lock, flipped him over. He landed on the apron while TJ's landing on the floor, then hitting an acai moonsault. Like just that's the different great stuff these two do is incredible. Um,
Mhm.
the end though came for a tornado DDT for two by Teton. Then he applies a very deep Muda lock and PJP taps out because the way he had the head, he had it torqued in there, and
Mhm.
TJP
Mhm.
tapped out to the Moodalock.
And he tapped pretty quickly. And he
Mm-hmm.
had it in there pretty awkwardly and pretty tight, as you said. Yeah, this match was an incredible lucha style match. This was kind of like the matches that I expected to see a lot more of from the Super Juniors that we haven't really gotten yet, just because they've done such a great job in bringing in such a variety of guys that we don't have like a massive imbalance of 90% of the guys are doing flippy dippy stuff, and then the small percent are doing other things. They have a really amazing combination of people who can do varying degrees of every style of professional wrestling, and they've been showing it off in this tournament so far.
Mm-hmm.
um the top tope suicida that Teton always seems to do, it's just absolutely perfect. I'm trying to figure out whose is better, his or Bushi's, and I haven't quite decided yet because they both seem like they're very, very strong. They both seem on point, and I've never seen them miss it.
Well, and even it's on the second night, but TJP makes a comment when he was on commentary, saying that
Hmm.
they both do it, but there's differences. Like Teton keeps his head up, like looking straight out, where Bushi
Hmm.
goes head down like a
He
bullet
goes full
forward.
Superman.
Like it goes like full bullet through with the head down,
Hmm.
trying to just smash. So there's differences where they're doing the same move, but there's differences between each man because Teton's coming out for that shove, where
Mhm.
like kind of that shove, kind of like come in like suicide dive, where Bushi's just kind of firing through, gonna just smash like full
Mhm.
steam body into him. There's differences that I really like within their
Mhm.
suicide dives.
100%. 100%. I don't
Yeah.
have a lot to add to this one.
No, but absolutely tremendous match.
Oh
It,
yeah.
if it wasn't for the main event, that would have been my match for the night. But we move on. Semi-main event: Yoshinobu Kanemaru taking on El Desperado. Battle of the X Partners. Kanemaru
Mhm.
looking like he's a classy gentleman, holding the ropes open for his ex partner, and then as soon as he gets in, he attacks him, and they go to the floor. But Despy ends up flapjacking Kanemaru on the apron as revenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
match
This
was
was
a
fun.
lot. Yeah, this match was a lot about Kanemaru beating up the knee of Desperado,
Mhm.
which would play a factor into the second night too. But like
Mhm.
really working that knee over, smashing it on the floor, smashing it, just smashing that knee on, like just drop kicking the knee, smashing the
Mhm.
knee, and Desperado just kind of trying to fight back as he goes, but keeps kind of getting cut off. He gets a little momentum, but he gets cut off by a shot to the knee. Like that's it was very much what this match was.
Mhm. Mhm. Very
Yeah.
much so. A lot of emotion in this match. These two men just trying to beat the holy hecking crap out of each other. Um, there was I definitely feel that the leg targeting is obviously like normal for Yoshinobu Kanemaru just because of that figure four.
Hmm.
It's always his go-to, and it's been a good go-to for him. It really hasn't let him down in the especially since joining Just Five Guys. So yeah, it definitely it feels predictable, but at the same time, the manner in which he does it with each individual person differs slightly so that they can't really adapt to the signatureness of his moves. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
he does things differently enough that you can't necessarily compensate for them while they're happening. And I think that speaks to Kanemaru's experience and ability to just wrestle. A very, very smart wrestler.
he's a heel master for a reason. But even
Hmm.
Desperado working the knee of Kanemaru in this match, trying to
Hmm.
get the stretch muffler and like the variations he has on that. But in the end,
Hmm.
um, Despy hits a Blue Thunder bomb for two, but Kanemaru reverses the Pinche Loco into a figure four, and Desperado has to tap out.
Hmm. Hmm. No choice in the matter.
No. But we move on to my match of the evening. It's Hiromu Takahashi versus the debuting Mike Bailey. Ladies and gentlemen, this match was absolutely phenomenal. Mike Bailey, I think, is one of the best talents going today. Um, I loved his new jacket for this tournament. Like, oh,
Hmm.
so good, love it. I
Totally.
don't like the mullet, but that's been a Bailey staple for years and years and years, and we're not getting
It's
rid of it.
trendy.
Yeah, it's just
Trendy.
I don't understand how it's trendy, but the
I
book is
mean, either.
back. Hiromu's back with the book. He's got the book like showing off that he's got a book ready to go for a Super Juniors. So
Hmm. Hmm.
um, they said they last faced off in 2017.
Oh.
Faced off. So yeah, they shake
Hmm.
hands at the start, but Hiromu tries to take advantage, but Bailey ends up getting the upper hand. It was funny to see Hiromu try to cheat here, but Bailey just like, no, you're not getting this on me. This
Not today.
match was this match was Bailey just throwing kick and kick and kick, but this guy's main moveset is kicks,
Hmm.
and like Hiromu just finding ways to like catch the kicks and run moves from them, and just I thought these two were absolutely tremendous together. Like the way they move together, the way they work together
Hmm.
in this match, absolutely phenomenal. Spitting back kick by Bailey, and then hits that downward like Tam Nakano style axe kick, and
Yeah.
then hit a beautiful standing shooting star press to
Hmm.
follow that up. Oh, like this guy, like his athleticism is
So
insane.
hmm.
Hiromu catching Bailey like when he does like the handspring is coming back. Hiromu catches him in his Germans, release Germans the shit out of him.
Yeah, yeah, I noted that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked absolutely tremendous. Hiromu like just hitting all the classics as he does, and but like
Hmm.
Bailey like just getting this little like I don't know. These two I thought they just flowed together so well in the clash
Hmm.
of style. that they have, it flowed together in such a great way. The end of the match, though, Bailey gets like two kicks to the head, gets the tornado kick into the corner, then hits the second rope ultimate weapon, which is the backflip into the double knees to the back. And Mike Bailey pins the IWGP World Junior Heavyweight Champion. This is huge.
That
Whether Bailey win,
is.
whether Bailey wins this or not, he's got a shot at that title coming down the road somewhere.
Mhm.
Somehow he's going to get a shot at this title. Whether it's Hiromu or somebody else, he's going to get a shot at this belt.
Well, he's certainly entitled to it with Hiromu still holding the championship because
Mm.
he again he did beat the champion. So yeah, that would make a whole ton of sense. You did take you wrote down everything that I wrote down. So this is good. That means we saw all the same good stuff in this match. Yeah, this was impressive because like I have seen Bailey a few times. I don't watch Impact regularly, but I from what I have seen, it's been very very impressive. I'm excited to see kind of how he does in NJPW and if he continues to work in NJPW or Strong at all. I would personally love to see him on the Strong brand.
Me too. Bailey gets the mic after and says, incredible, the word incredible, in Japanese, French, and English. I love that he's speaking three different languages. He's
It's impressive.
defeated. He defeated the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion and a four-time Best of the Super Junior winner. He has the momentum on his side. He's laser focused and luck, and he will win this tournament. And then he says thank you in Japanese, French, and English to the crowd, and he makes his way out. Yeah. But again,
Well,
absolutely
now I feel like
tremendous.
crap for not. I barely know English. This guy out here speaking three different languages.
I,
I need to
he,
get on that.
he's from Quebec, so he learned French and English growing up. So he added
I mean, I
Japanese.
technically am too, but I don't know any French.
Yeah. But we move on to the second night of the Best of Super
Ah,
Juniors, May 13th. We start it out. I gotta close those notes and open those notes. We start it out with TJP versus Kushida. Absolutely tremendous start to this night. Kevin Kelly says that he has invited TJP to do commentary for the night, so we're gonna get TJP on commentary later on in the evening. Great
mhm.
chain wrestling from both these guys to start. The knee bar, they're both grabbing knee bars on each other. The bow and arrow arm breaker by TJP,
Mhm.
um, the cross leg into the Moodle lock by TJP and Kushida just scratching, getting to those ropes. But dude, these two I thought did so. Kushida jumping off the second rope, landing in the Cobra twist. It's just
Mhm.
like what I
That
didn't
part didn't make sense to me. I was like, why did
me
you
either.
do that? That was a waste of time.
Yeah, it was so weird. Kushida going to the work on the arm of TJP, wearing it
Mhm.
down for that uh, the hammer lock he does.
Mhm.
Pulls an arm bar like goes a springboard into like a flying arm bar, but just out of nowhere, TJP just grabs an inside cradle and gets the three, just like out of nowhere.
It was perfect.
Yeah,
I thought it was perfect. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't feeling the heel stuff from Kushida. I'm not used to seeing that from Kushida. I don't like seeing it from Kushida. So seeing him losing for cop in this poor attitude, I like it.
yeah,
I like it. Mind you, I love Kushida's wrestling, but I didn't want to see him and Knight holding the IWGP Junior titles. So for me, this is kind of redemption for TJP, and I personally think that again, it's another loss for the IWGP Junior champions. We've got another title match coming up.
yeah. And the thing is, I look at it is like, and this isn't no shame against Kevin Knight because we know you and me love Kevin Knight. I think
Hmm.
we've both been on the bandwagon with this guy for a long time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Putting the titles on them before this tournament, I think, was a bad thing. If they had waited till after the tournament, I think would have been a much better position to do, giving to them after maybe the tournament, because we all know Kevin Knight's not going to be a 8-win 1-loss kind of guy. So
Hmm.
this is you're going to have your champions taking multiple pins, which means you're setting up multiple. Don't get me wrong, you're setting up multiple great matches potential in the future.
Hmm.
I just look at it like do you really want to do that to your champions? And I say no, but it's looking like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it kind of like makes me actually think that maybe they put the championships on them a little early.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if they would have done it in the summer, I think I would have been less offended by that. I don't think I would have been
Hmm.
bothered by that. If they waited till like just before like G1,
Hmm.
maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah,
When the juniors are not necessarily going to be involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
We move on. Second match of the evening: Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Dan Maloney. I gotta say more. I want to see more Dan Maloney. I think this guy's
Mhm.
absolutely tremendous wrestler. Um, Maloney trying to take a swig of the whiskey, but the ref won't let him take a sip. Uh,
It's
and
a new
Kevin
breath.
Kelly, yeah, Kevin Kelly saying Maloney used to be actually be a heavyweight, but trimmed down. So he was like saying he was like a smaller heavyweight, but so he trimmed down to be a bigger size junior. He's right like just
Huh.
below that junior heavyweight level, I guess, because he used
Mm,
to be more have more bulk on him to be a heavyweight. So
mm,
it kind of makes sense. He's a bigger junior, but he'd be a small heavyweight. So it's actually a big, I think, advantage for him. But
mhm,
like
mhm,
this match was pretty fast. I have not many notes in this one.
mhm,
Maloney stopping the sunset flip, getting that beautiful double stomp, just crushing the chest of Kanemaru there.
mm.
I love that. Kanemaru getting the drop kick to the knee and the knee breaker. Maloney fights off the figure four, but in the end, Kanemaru gets a roll up for two, and then gets the figure four. And Dan Maloney taps out. This match was not long.
No, no, and that figure four, he put it in really oddly. I don't know what it was about it, but I felt it was different from
Mm,
the regular figure fours that he did because I felt that Maloney submitted very suddenly and very quickly. It was almost like he was twisted in a weird way that didn't feel quite right or something. I don't know,
mm,
but it felt really sudden and really quick. The only thing I'd want to add is that I really felt Maloney in the beginning there, especially muscled Kanemaru around quite a bit, tossing him a little bit more than Kanemaru is maybe used to being tossed around, which, always nice to see. Got to throw somebody guys out of their element sometimes, literally. Um, I also really enjoyed Kanemaru's setup for the figure four, this one, where he was really utilizing those basement drop kicks. Whenever Maloney would start to pick up that speed, he just drop kick that knee and Maloney would face plant and couldn't
mm.
really recover. Very smart wrestling from Kanemaru in this one. He earned that win.
Very much so. Very much so. We
Hmm.
move on. It's Ryusuke Taguchi versus Leo Rush. This was an okay match. Like it wasn't bad. Like I was a little checked out on this one. I don't know.
Hmm.
I was watching it. It was fine, but it wasn't really anything like it's Taguchi. I think Leo Rush is absolutely incredible, but
Hmm.
like I think it's the Taguchi factor for me. I think the guy is good, but he never really does anything special other than comedy for me. So like
Hmm.
when
The
you see
Yano
him,
of the junior division, if you will.
yeah, when you're in something like this in a tournament like this, I just go, oh, okay, it's a Gucci match because like even when
Hmm.
he's not doing the butt stuff, which sounds really weird, but when he's not doing the butt stuff, uh, he loses a lot of pace for me. You know what I mean?
He does, yeah.
Yeah. He does get a couple hip attacks in this match, but he's not doing it's hip attacks, not the butt stuff. In the
I
sense,
mean,
in my
they're arguably
opinion.
sort of the same thing.
Yeah, but he didn't go to what he usually goes to.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna go to the end of this.
Yeah.
Leo Rush gets the springboard stunner and then hits the final hour frog splash. Leo Rush gets the win. Stays
Mhm.
undefeated in this tournament.
The tope from Leo at the beginning there
Mm.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's really good at those topes.
Well, technically, it's a
Um,
low pay because he goes through the bottom two ropes.
this one I had to go back and check. He didn't
Oh,
go
did he?
through the bottom
Oh,
two.
did
He
he do
did
a
go
tope?
through the top. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought
Okay.
the same thing. I was like, wait a second, did he go through the first and second or the second and third? It was the
I
second and third.
I know he did do a low pay second. Like
This
after the tope, he did a low pay. Yeah.
Yeah, but the tope is the one that I'm
Mm.
talking about because it was just perfect. It was like a Bushi esque
Mm-hmm.
kind of shotgun style tope. Really, really liked that. In the comeback that Taguchi had, I wrote flying ass everywhere. That was when he was throwing those hip attacks into Leo's face. And he was actually getting his ass up. Why does that sound so weird? Um, just because of how tall Taguchi is in comparison to a lot of the juniors. Sometimes he just doesn't have that leg power, especially once he's later in the match. Taguchi tends to get a little gassed. So
Mm.
he can't always get that ass up into people's faces. So you'll see him hitting people in the chest instead of the face with his butt. This wasn't the case in this one. He hit Leo in the face every single time, which was I can't tell if that's glorious or not. That stunner though, did it feel weird to you?
Looked awkward as shit.
It looked like Taguchi didn't quite know what it was that he was taking at that point. When it happened, I was like, was that supposed to be his stunner? It looked like it was supposed to be his stunner. Did he block
Mm-hmm.
it? And then they just both awkwardly collapsed to the mat, and I was like, mm?
Like he
Okay.
went into it, and then as he gets hit, he said decided to turn towards the corner and fall face first instead of going, huh, back like you do with
Yeah,
us.
it
Like
was awkward.
watch The Rock. I think The Rock is the greatest person to ever take a Stone Cold Stunner like a stunner in anything in general. Guy,
Yeah,
everybody that's taken a stunner like does that big back has
yeah.
all have emulated The Rock because The Rock did it better than anybody in history because he took it from the greatest stunner thrower in history of Stone Cold.
Mm.
It's just how a stunner is. You get hit and you go back and you go back, but he just went
Taguchi did
boom
not. He
and then
went
just went.
forward,
It was just like
imploded.
it was really awkward. But Leo Rush picking up another big win, keeping himself 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
We move on. TMDK versus Bullet Club. We have Robbie Eagle. My thing scrolled down weirdly. Robbie Eagles taking on Clark Connors. I thought this was actually a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
Quick though, it was not long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Eagles go into act to the knee early with drop kicks. Gets the Indian Deathlock early. Connors gets the ropes, gets a huge lariat, and a German sending Robbie to the floor. Dude, whew, that looked
Oh, that
good.
release German by Connors was brutal. Absolutely
Mm.
brutal. And
Con-
Robbie freaking took it like a champ. He went
oh,
flying.
yeah, and Connors going to the floor, running Eagles into the post with a super
Mhm.
floor. Like it seems to be going to be a staple of his is running people in the post, which I am not against because it's not like outwardly cheating. You're using you're using the ring. It's not.
We've seen Okada do it. If Okada
Yeah,
can do it, Connors can
yeah.
do it.
It's not outwardly cheating. It's just a heel move running a guy into a post.
Mm.
Um, in the end, I say DDT by Robbie, but Connors fights off the figure four or whatever he was going for. If it was a Ron Miller special, I don't know. And he hits a huge spear. And he
Uh-huh.
goes for the no chaser, but Robbie like falls over, like he falls, like he just kind of just crumples. So Connors goes to pick him up, and Robbie was playing possum, I guess. Pulled him in, gets the roll up, and like gets this roll up with the stack, and he like lays on top of the legs being stacked,
Mm-hmm.
steals the win,
Koguma style.
and just runs out of there with Kosei Fujita. Very
Yeah.
Saber Jr. running out of the ring style is what it felt like with Fuj when they pulled that shit like a year or two ago. That's what it felt like to me.
Hey, I mean DMDK, right? If it's a template that works, it's a template that should be reused, and it clearly worked for him. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
I'd add to this is that the reiteration that I said earlier, the gear on Clark Connors is just perfection now,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel that even the second night was stepped up even more. And this guy's going to do great things in Bullet Club for sure. But even still, Robbie Eagles there going to do great things in TMDK. I think that this is a better faction for him. It's going to offer him more opportunity and a little bit more guidance under people like Mikey Nichols, Shane Hayes, Big Teats, Zack Sabre Jr. He can only get better.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that 100%.
Mhm.
We move on to what I think probably was my match of the night, and it's a pattern. Mike Bailey. I think this guy's absolutely brilliant. And like there was show and evil bullshit in this, and I thought this match was absolutely tremendous. Because
Mhm.
when yes, show attacked him at the beginning, like attacked the because Bailey doesn't wrestle with boots on. He attacked the foot and like
What have I
working the.
been saying?
He made the choice,
Stepping shoes
and,
on.
and dude, these two when like Bailey's hitting the speedball kicks on the floor, and then Evil does get in, knocking Bailey off the top. Show gets the ref distracted, but like when they're actually in there wrestling with each other, I thought they both did absolutely great. Like like
Mhm.
I thought Show just showed like a motherfucker for Bailey. I maybe I can't.
Yeah.
This is very much an Osprey feeling. There's a bias here because I really like Mike Bailey. Like I really think this guy's an absolutely tremendous professional wrestler. There might be a bias why I love this match so much. Because
Mhm.
usually with all this kind of shit, I would shit all over it. But don't get me wrong, the cheating I really am getting tired of. Like I've been saying
Mhm.
this for a long time. I'm tired of it, and we get it again here. Um, but yeah, cross that beautiful cross arm pile driver by Show though. Look, just like it kills somebody. Um,
It doesn't
the
call it the murder machine now.
the murder machine, and then there's still a shocker because the one is just the arms, and he pulls it, and like you see the legs kip up, and he
Yeah.
comes down. That's the murder machine, and then there's a shock arrow, which is the
The lock
package, the
gloves.
cross arm package pile driver. So like,
Mhm.
but
Like Tim
absolutely like
Jones.
absolutely killer when he does that. But like,
Mhm.
dude, in the end though, Bailey they try like the ref gets taken out. They try to double team Bailey, but Bailey ends up fighting back, gets kicks to the heads of Show and Evil, gets the tornado kick in the corner to Show, followed by the ultimate weapon, and picks up a big victory.
Mhm. What
Yeah.
I like about Mike Bailey's work is that he remembers his injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was selling that leg from start to finish for that match, and I really really appreciated that. Because like later in the show, there was one guy who was getting his leg worked, and he would forget and
Mm-hmm.
then remember and be like, "Oh right, oh
Yeah, but
yeah."
even like Bailey at the end, when he hit the tornado kick, after he hit it in the corner, he kind of grabbed at his leg. Like
Yeah,
he knows he
protect
hurt his
yourself.
leg on the kick, but he's just like grabbed it like, "Ugh," and then he like shook it off, got on the second rope,
Mhm.
and did the finish. But like just those little things like that, it's like, oh, it hurt him to do it, but he's fighting through. But you can tell him he hurt him
Mhm.
at like he was dealing with the pain after. I really like
Yeah.
those little things. He's got
Same,
he,
same.
he
It
spent
it gives a new layer to the story being told in the match. It's not just a fight happening in there. It creates a story. It creates something for people to pay attention to besides just men hit other men do move on other men. Like it makes it something more meaningful.
yeah. Yeah, I thought really great match between the two. His show when
Mhm.
he was in there working, he did great. It's just
Mhm.
the crap. It's just like But
It's
again,
too much.
I got it's like I said. I have rose-colored glasses on when I watch Bailey, just like when I watch Osprey. I'll admit it. I will admit that there's a big bias there with Mike
I mean,
Bailey.
but we know that that's based on how things are going now. This is how it's going to be with House of Torture for the rest of this tournament. And this is a guy you picked to win.
Yeah, I know. I really thought he was going to have a much better outing, even with the cheating. I thought he was going to have a better outing. The guy could still come back and go 7-2. We don't know that.
100%. There's got to be a Cinderella story. I mean, arguably, it could be Kushida right now based on his crappy start. But I mean, yeah, NJPW, they tend to do that with their sweethearts. Kushida is a sweetheart. So is
We
Mike
never
Bailey.
know.
So who knows?
If Show doesn't make it, I'm not mad at it because we're not going to get his shit in finals or in a Dominion match
Hmm.
with Hiromu. But I really thought he would get this like push, maybe not to win the tournament, but get a really big push in here. But it's just looking like Gato's going with the same old, same old. And I'm guess I'm wrong on at least one of my
Gato,
picks.
fix it.
Yeah, fix it, Gato. We move on. It's Kevin Knight versus Francesco Akira. Whoo boy, did these two trade?
Ishimori.
These two killed it in the ring together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Akira's
Um,
pissed.
dude, he's so mad. Like especially in this one, he was really big because this is the guy that took his title from him.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Akira swearing at Kevin Kelly in Italian, and then TJP says he called him a Gorlami or Gorlani, but I can't find any where that word exists
It's
outside of
probably like a slang of some kind.
well outside of something that Brad Pitt says in Inglourious Bastards. I can't find the word Gorlami anywhere. And supposedly he's talking Italian when he says Gorlami in the movie, and that's the only place I can find Gorlami anywhere. So it's probably been taken from it. I don't know.
It could also be just the spelling, right? You might not know how to spell it. Because, like,
That
let's be honest, the English, like, English is hard enough. You have certain words, and it's like when you sound it out, of that's how it should be. That is not how it is. So there's a chance that you're probably not spelling it properly, and therefore it's not
yeah.
popping up. Because yeah, it's probably some kind of slang for something bad.
Yeah, I thought these two had an incredible match. That tilt twirl backbreaker that Kevin Knight does, it looks
Mm,
so big and just comes crashing down on his knee.
hmm hmm
Absolutely tremendous. In the end, though, Akira gets the speed fire neck breaker and then hits the fireball knees to the back of the head, and Akira gets the win.
hmm Amore, amore. That's what I want to see.
So
Um,
this means both both Akira
TJP
and
and
TGP have
Akira
beat the
have gotten
champions.
wins over these champions.
Is that the match at Dominion? Maybe we don't know. It
I can
could be
better be
Douki,
there.
could be Douki and Kanemaru, like because Douki's already got to win. It's so there's questions. There's
I mean,
questions.
if Kanemaru can get a win over one of them, I would say sure, absolutely, why not? Right now, I would say that TJP and Akira have the first claim, however, just
Hmm.
because they are the first pair to pick up wins over both.
And the ex
Um,
champs too. On top of it
yeah,
all.
yeah, and they're former champs too. Doki and Kanemaru, I don't believe have held tag title together, only Desperado and Kanemaru. There was a DDT that Akira pulled off on Night that
Mm,
was absolutely brutal. Hopefully, can show it here. Just so good, so good.
mm.
This guy is so quick, so fast. He's Osprey 2.0, man. And I just have to say this: I didn't have commentary consistently throughout the night. Like there were times where I had to have it quiet and I couldn't have it on. There were times where I could have it. I had it for this match. It was so adorable. Listening to Proud Papa TJP on commentary, just cover him, go for the cover, yeah, pin him. And then when he
Or
won,
or when he
the
messed up,
celebration, it was just so
or
sweet.
when he would mess up, he was like, "Oh, you got to watch that. You got to watch it. You got to stay on him." Like he would say
Yeah,
comments like that. So like he's not just like praise. It's not pure praise. He's also like coaching. He's
critical.
purely
He's critical.
it's coaching because
Yeah.
he's saying, "Oh, you got to stay on him. You can't let him get comfortable after that." Like when
Mhm,
Knight
mhm.
would get something on him because it was a beautiful like mentor coaching position that he
Very
was
much
sitting in.
so. I
Absolutely,
appreciated it so much.
absolutely phenomenal. Like I
Mhm,
love TJP on commentary this entire night. I thought was so good.
mhm.
He was a highlight for me here.
It really was.
And this match is where I got the best highlight from TJP. TJP says he's known Ishimori since he dressed like a little yellow sailor.
That was a choice. I don't
Uh,
know if you've had the privilege of seeing the pictures, but that was definitely a choice. Kid looked like um back in the day when girls used to wear those like sexy sailor suits.
mhm.
That's what it reminds me of. So every time I see it, I'm just like, sweet mother of God. And it's like there's not even a kink that could like make that work for me. I'm sorry. But yeah, yeah, this match was fun though.
Hmm. Dude, like this was absolutely tremendous. These two had a great back and forth in this one. Super athletic
Mhm.
early on, like the way that like Ishimori was moving with Teton. Because Ishimori, you don't. He's that muscle chihuahua, but he usually works little bit of a slower pace than most juniors.
He does, yes.
And he picked it up early on. Like him and Teton were moving and sweeping around from each other. Absolutely phenomenal. Like Ishimori missing the dive and like dude, just dude, absolutely tremendous. Like just both these
Mhm.
guys, like how they moved out of the way of each other, how they avoided each other, and then Ishimori working that shoulder, running him into the corner, running him into the post. Like he's really working it. Worked the money. He worked the money clip in this match.
He did,
You get
yes.
them, and then right and like Pitt pulls him up into a backstabber. Like absolutely
Mm,
tremendous by all these guys, by both these guys. Like Teton, like getting that La Mystica out of nowhere into the seatbelt pin, and then fall for two, and then follows it up with a cradle shock. Like
mhm.
absolutely tremendous. There's a comment Kevin made. Ishimori is 37-15 all time in Best of Super Juniors, but has never won it.
Hmm,
Yeah, like, but
interesting.
he's only been around in New Japan for a few years. If you think about it, when he was brought in as Bone Soldier, I think of what 2018 in that area.
Um,
So again, it's not like he's been around a long time either.
yeah.
So it's and Hiromu's won 4 in the last like 6 or 7 years. So. Uh, But in the end, La Mystica by Ishimori after avoiding a dive and gets the bone lock. Again, the Gargano escape for all you North American fans. And then as Teton's getting to the ropes, he rolls him into the center and tightens it even more, gets the tap out. Like tremendous from these two, I
Mhm,
thought.
mhm.
Tremendous.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I wanted to add to that is that Ishimori doing the same thing TJP did the night before, and TJP even being sarcastic about it on commentary. Oh, he's going after the mask. Wonder where he
Hmm.
got that idea. A
Oh,
yuck, a
where
yuck.
was Kevin made a comment to that. Kevin admonishing he actually admonished TJP for going after the mask early on when Ishimori was doing it, and TJP made a comment. Kevin Kelly made a comment like you're no better, like saying like you're no better or something, and made a comment at TJP and giving him shit for going after the mask. So I
Well,
did
yeah,
like that.
it's a very insulting and shameful thing to do. And TJP, I mean, again, United Empire is kind of like that faction that kind of is like LIJ. They're on that fence. They are not like House of Torture where they're going to interfere with shit unnecessarily, but if they feel there's been a slight, they
Mm.
will return in favor, if you will.
Mm.
TJP going after the Mask of Teton was just that's flat out heel. That's just not,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's not what we expect of TJP either. But like as TJP said, it is a tournament, and it's like you got to do what you got to do to get that win, right?
But
I
I
don't
actually
think it's dishonorable.
I expected from TJP though. He
I
legitimately
don't.
calls himself the public enemy. So
Yeah, but he's still a good guy. Like, how do you call yourself public enemy? Come out and look like an adorable little emo guy. Come on. You can't.
uh,
That's hypocrisy right there, and confusion.
we move on to Battle of the Mask. It's TJP Bush versus Bushi. Bushi entrance mask looked really good. I love the gold around the eyes. Looked really good.
There were
Um,
two Bushis in the crowd.
yeah. Ooh, two. I didn't see. I again. I didn't notice, but I kind of look. I'll look a little bit, but I don't like search like you do. Like
I
I
am
don't pause
on
and
it.
look. I don't pause and look at the entire
I
crowd looking for
pause
Bushis.
it, but I
I know you.
I
We all know
spot
you
it.
do.
It's a good Where's Waldo activity.
Yeah. Bushi targeting the knee, like
Mm,
really following up on Kanemaru's like real beat up of the knee the night before. Figure
yeah,
four. There was like a
yeah.
figure four cloverleaf hold
Hmm.
by
Hmm.
Bushi on Desperado, but Desperado gets the ropes. Desperado collapsing due to the knee hurting so much on
Hmm.
an Irish whip. I really liked the sell there. It looked really good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Desperado fighting back, getting that backdrop slam, uh,
Hmm.
short DDT, and the lung blower by Bushi.
Hmm.
And he gets an STF on Despy, but Despy gets the ropes. Um, Despy hits the Guitarra Angel. It's like a gut wrench powerbomb for two
Okay.
at one point. Absolutely good. But in the end, Despy turns around a powerbomb attempt by Bushi and hits the crucifix bomb in onto Bushi and gets the win.
Hmm. Hmm. I definitely felt that he Desperado stole this one
Oh,
from
100%.
Bushi. But otherwise, really, really great match. I didn't have a ton of notes on this one. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought these two did a great job, and really, like, it was really a showcase for Bushi in this match,
Mhm.
and really, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see it going forward for the next bunch of nights. Is that knee of Desperado being a problem
Mhm.
for him with after that first match? And I like that. If he can carry that story through the entire show, I'm down.
Right? Maybe it can lead to a one-on-one with his former partner.
Well, you already did. That was on night one.
I know. I'm more
Oh,
of a like
oh, after the
not
tournament.
for the tournament, just
Oh,
like a grudge match, my guy. Come
oh,
on.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I misunderstood what you were saying.
All good. It's early.
We move on. Yeah, it's 9:52 in the morning. It not that early, but
I have to go
um,
to the gym in 10 minutes.
oh god, we gotta get going. Hiromu Takahashi versus Douki. This is Mel's pick of the night. I'm gonna let
Another
her
Douki
take this.
match.
I'm gonna let her take this one away.
Yeah, yeah, this was a fun match. I mean, I expected this to be a fun match after their interaction last year when Hiromu made his glorious return from his pectoral tear there. This was the last year's match of Doki and Hiromu was actually the match that really set me on to Doki and made me set you on to Doki, telling you that no, you need to pay attention to this guy. Stop calling him Dookie. We have come to our understanding here. The beginning there, the double DDTs that Doki hit on Hiromu on the outside are absolutely brutal. He was really softening up Hiromu, I think, for this one because he knows that Hiromu always takes it outside anyway. These two usually end up in some kind of violent fisticuffs, and I kind of live for it. That I don't know what it is because you're better with the moves names than I am with this, but it was like Doki pulling that twisting Northern Lights suplex with the bridge on Hiromu.
Yeah,
Um,
I just looked at it as a twisting Northern Light suplex.
yeah, like absolutely incredible, and the way he just stalls it for that split second before going into the full suplex is just so
Hmm.
perfect. He's really started to impress me with how powerful he is. And I do think it has a lot to do with how much he's gotten in shape. He suddenly has that incredible control, not only over himself, but anybody he chooses to kind of get his hands on. Um, the Doki Chokies, loud and proud in this match. He hit that what 3 or 4 different times throughout the entire match. He hits the first one, and it seems like he has it in there for a little bit before Hiromu makes it to the ropes. Hiromu able to get out and hit a dynamite plunger on Doki, but Doki's still able to kick out of the dynamite plunger. Another Doki Choki, and Hiromu had struggled. Like he got him down to the ground. It almost looked like he caught him out. I remember Kevin actually going, "Oh, he's going out. He's going out. He's fading. He's fading." And he really was. I mean, Doki really did cinch that Doki Choki in really good, especially on the one side of the neck where he was just very obviously pulling Hiromu
Hmm.
in there. Um, really struggled to get to that. My favorite part, though, was the clothesline exchange or clothesline attempt
Mm.
exchange at the end there, where commentary said that Doki hit the Doki bomber as opposed to Shingo Takagi's pumping bomber. And I would have to agree, those
No, no, no,
both,
no, no, no. Taichi's axe bomber.
I was going with pumping bomber from
Yeah, but
Shingo since LIK, but
his stable made Taichi. So
with the
it's
ugly pants, no thank you. Arguably, someone stole Master Wato. Looks like he stole a pair of Tai Chi's old pants. We'll get into that later.
mhm.
However, the Doki bombers, whoever they came from, they were freaking mental. Turned Hiromu inside out, not once but twice with those things. Absolutely incredible. This match was so freaking heavy.
Mhm.
These two beat the holy hecking crap out of each other. The end coming when Doki somehow found himself in a time bomb too, by Hiromu, which I honestly thought Hiromu was going down on this one. The ending, the time bomb, he just kind of pulled it out of nowhere and got the 1 2 3 on Doki. I was expecting Doki to kick out of it. I was
And
very surprised that he didn't. Andre, what do
and
you think of this one?
when was the last time you saw Hiromu win with Time Bomb 1? That's the real thing. Like
Yeah.
it usually takes him hitting time bomb 2 to get a win. So for him to take it just a time bomb 1 and get the win there, absolutely tremendous. These two I thought did absolutely phenomenal. Got to see
Mhm.
the daybreak in this match. I haven't seen him actually successfully hit that in a
Yeah, not
while.
for a bit.
Love it, love it, love it. Hiromu reversing the suplex de la Luna into a flatliner was actually a really smooth
Yes.
transition that looked really good. But I thought these two absolutely killed it in the ring. Douki has arguably become one of my top favorite juniors in the last like 6 months since you really
Hmm.
forced me to watch him and really pay attention to him. But yeah, absolutely
Mobile's
tremendous
kind of
match.
got some good taste, just gonna say.
Sometimes. I joke. I joke.
Sometimes, my guy.
Okay, most of the time.
Got to give me a little bit more credit than this.
We move on. Main event of the evening. It is Yo versus Master Water. It's What Yo.
What yo?
What Yo.
What
Um,
yo?
this match was fine. I don't know. I think I really kind of wish it would have been her like Hiromu and Douki in the main event.
Yeah,
Like this match was
yeah.
good.
I definitely would have switched those two matches for sure.
There's nothing wrong with this match. They had a really
Yeah,
good match. Like I thought
yeah.
these two really worked well together. Great spots. That cannonball off the top by Yo looked really good.
So good.
Um, yeah, and just I thought they worked really good. And TJP made a really good comment in here. He says because Kevin was making comments about how Wato debuted during the clapping era, and TJP says he says he thinks the vets had it worse in a sense because they always played it like they have a couple things built, but then they play it off the crowd and how they work. Where the new era has a playbook and they're gonna do their stuff,
Hmm.
crowd reaction or not. So
Hmm.
he said, I think it didn't hurt. He says he didn't think it hurt Wato to debut during the clapping era. So again, like I liked that little back and forth between those two in this match. I thought that was a great little spot, and I really hope we get TJP on commentary again during this
Hmm.
tournament because I thought he did phenomenal here. Um,
I agree.
back to beautiful tope con hilo by Wato to Yo on the floor over the
Hmm.
top, so good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Recitamente by Wato, but only gets to 2, and then gets Vendaval applied, but Yo ends up stacking him to get a pin out of it. Actually, I really like that little switch. Um, Wato's done this twice. It's that slam onto the knee, and Kevin keeps comparing it to the Ushigoroshi, so I'm calling it the Slammy Goroshi from here on out. I'm going to call it the Slammy Goroshi by Yo. I'm going to go with that. In the end, Yo slips out of a half
Whoa,
Nelson.
whoa, whoa. The
Oh,
the Yoshi Garoshi.
how did I not think of that?
Come on. I blame the pre-workout on that one. And the
I'm
creatine,
I'm
maybe.
literally editing my notes right now.
Yoshi Garoshi.
Yo, Shigoroshi.
There we go.
But yeah, in the end, Yo
Get
slips
that
out of a
one out
half.
to Kevin.
In the end, Yo slips out of a half Nelson, hits a poison Rana, followed by a super kick, then a short arm lariat, and hits the direct drive, gets the win. Incredible. Like I thought incredible finish. Match was good, but the
Mm,
finish really I think accented this match.
mm, mm. I wasn't necessarily happy with the result of it, but I felt that the ride getting there was fun.
Mhm. I don't have a problem with the finish because again, you know who I picked to win this, and he's on his way. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This was a
he's gonna.
fun matchup, but as you mentioned, I definitely would have switched the last
Yeah.
match with this one. Just to end off the night, I felt that it kind of like went whoop womp.
Well, whoop. I didn't think it hit bottom, but it was like it kind of leveled out. Like
Yeah.
back, it leveled. It went down and leveled back out. It wasn't like shit. It wasn't like
Oh, it wasn't
we
shit
got a.
for
It
me.
wasn't like we
No,
got
it
show
was
versus evil, but it
yeah.
was.
For excitement though, for myself, it did drop off quite a bit. I did have a lot of
Mhm.
problems retaining attention to this one just because the match before was so exciting. I was like, I could end it here. Dragging it out for me was kind of like exactly what I said. It was dragging it out.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
go through the points there.
I'm gonna give a quick point total. We got Speedball in the A block. We got Speedball Mike Bailey, Taiji Ishimori, and Leo Rush, all with 4 points, 2-0. You have Douki, Teton, TJP, and Hiromu Takahashi, each 1-1 with 2 points. And then you have Kushida, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Sho, each with 0 points. So yeah. Then we move on to the B block where we have Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Robbie Eagles alone with 4 points, 2-0 each. Then you have Master Wato, Clark Connors, Dan Maloney, Francesco Akira, El Desperado, and Yo all with 2 points, 1-1. And then you have Bushi and Kevin Knight, each 0-2 with 0 points.
It's
But
impressive how much food I was able to stuff in my mouth in that moment.
ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you all so much for joining us here today. We always love having you. We always love doing this show. I think both of us just love Japanese professional wrestling in general. So thank you
Mhm.
all so much for watching this, liking this, subscribing down below, and please leave us your comments. We want to hear from you because we love talking professional wrestling with you.
If you're wanting to watch NJPW, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is njpwworld.com. It is approximately 990 yen, approximately $10 Canadian, but I've only been paying 750, so less. But we love Sean Spears, so perfect 10 to Sean Spears there. Andre, where else can we find Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk?
You can find Andre Melball Talk Wrestling Talk on Backbreak Video. Our boy Mike the Ref, all the great content that he does, it's over right up here. Backbreaker Video at youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. If you could please give that channel a like and a subscribe. You can also find Mike on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. A lot of great gaming content. He has his Wednesday AEW watch along, which I will actually get to participate in this week because I got to be home in time for that this week. But you can also find all his great gaming content redistributed on youtube.com/at backbreaker gaming, where it's himself, TJ or PJC. And
Wishful thinking there.
yeah, it's Mike, PJC, and Rick Jules, all the great gaming content from those guys, and so much more. Please check it out. And then you can find myself if you want to get in contact with me on Twitter, Mastodon and Hive at That Canada Guy, Instagram at That Canada Dude, and you can contact me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk.
Excellent, excellent. And if you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on Twitter at Collins Melball, and you can follow her on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Mastodon at Melball Collins. And again, you can find me on our Facebook fan page, Andrea Melball's Wrestling Talk. My friend, where else can we find the beautiful Andre C on content on the
On
internet?
our local establishment will be primarily on the YouTube page where we will be going coming up soon. We'll be doing a special. We have two. We have a Spider-Man No Way or not No Way Home, Across the Spider-Verse special coming out for our Marvel talk. We have another one about a week or two later. We got a really special Marvel talk, which will be talking something, and then after about a week later, we're going to be returning with Marvel Talk covering the Secret Invasion TV show. I'm so excited for that. So
Ooh, lots of Marvel talk.
lots of great Marvel content coming very soon to our local establishment. We just did our Guardians of the Galaxy review.
Mhm.
Please check that out, and we'll be having more coming very soon with the Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, a very special Marvel talk, and then the coverage of the Secret Invasion. That one, that one for sure I'll be pre-recorded, just so you are aware.
Perfection. And while you're over at our local establishment, you can check out a Ball on her show, Paramindful, that I do with Alex the Werewolf and the sultry voice of Carl Carofel. We're talking some spooky ish. We got some stuff about portals, gateways, and the haunted island of Poveglia in Venice, Italy. So you don't want to miss out on that. That'll be debuting on Monday. So it'll be out when after this has gone up. So you'll want to go check out that on our local establishment as well as the Paramindful YouTube channel. And while you're on YouTube, you can also check out the beautiful, talented, the natural Astrid Pizarro, where you can catch my show, the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, with her every couple of weeks. We're preparing for another show this week. We haven't gotten our topics together yet, but it'll be a fun one because it always is.
It
And that
always
being
is.
said, my friend, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Nah, crown's up.
Yasby. Akira for the win, mi amore. And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.